Hey guys, it's Todd. Thanks for watching my video. Today I want to talk a little bit about forgiveness. There's been a story that's going around for a long time about two little girls. One will name Mary, and the other one's Susie, just for grins and giggles. The story goes like this. Mary and Susie were on their way home from church one day. They were in their nice little Sunday go-to-meeting dresses, and they looked really pretty and just all dolled up and looked really nice. And it had rained, and so they were trying to walk around all the puddles and everything. Then Mary got the bright idea that, you know what, I think I'll jump in one, that should be fun. She splashed into puddles a little bit, and so Mary decided to splash, and when she did, she ended up splashing Susie's dress, and Susie looked at her, and she got so mad at her, and Susie, you Mary, you splashed my dress. You made my dress all muddy. Look at this. Look at my dress. It was so pretty, and you splashed my dress. You made it all dirty. You made it all muddy. What am I gonna tell my mother? And she got so mad that she smacked her. Well, problem was that Mary's mother saw Susie smack her, and so Mary's mother gets all aggravated at Susie, and she starts griping at Susie. Why'd you smack my girl that way? You're not supposed to smack my daughter that way. And she was getting all aggravated and yelling and screaming at Susie, and Susie's over there just bawling, and both of the girls are just bawling and squalling about how their dresses were all muddy and how Mary got Susie and Susie smacked Mary, and it's a big old hullabaloo. And then Susie's mother gets involved, and Susie sees Mary's mother. They're fighting, and then they get in a fight, and they're arguing with, why'd your daughter smack my daughter? You shouldn't be yelling at my daughter that way. And they're just yelling and screaming at each other. Well, then all of a sudden the men get involved, and the husbands of the wives get involved, and they're screaming. They start screaming at each other. They're yelling at each other. And all of a sudden the whole town starts taking notice, and they're starting to get in an argument over who was right and who was wrong. Should this girl have smacked this girl? And should have splashed? She shouldn't have just splashed that girl to begin with. Well, that woman shouldn't have spanked that child. And they just get all. They're getting a huge big fight over this whole town, getting a huge fight over these two girls. And all of a sudden, this old woman is trying to, there's an old woman that tries to get involved, and she tries to intervene, and the whole town is in an uproar, and they're just arguing and fighting and fussing over these two little girls. And finally, the old woman finally gets order restored and says, hey, listen up, stop, listen. Finally, everyone stops to listen to the old woman, and she says, you two, all you people are arguing and fighting and fussing over these two little girls. Take a look at what these two little girls are doing. And the whole town begins to turn around and look at the two little girls. And the two little girls, they're off to the side, and they're chasing a leaf down the puddle, and they're yelling and screaming at each other and laughing and giggling and saying, chase the leaf, chase the leaf, chase the leaf. And this whole town got in this huge big uproar over these two little girls who had a momentary moment of anger, and yet they were so quick to forgive each other, and 5 minutes later they were back playing like nothing ever happened. But yet this whole town was in a huge uproar over these children who very quickly forgot what the whole fight was even about. Now, forgiveness. Why is it that the older we get, the harder it is to forgive? Why is it so easy to hold grudges? Why is it so hard to forgive? Jesus told us to be like a child, and except we become like a child, we can't enter the kingdom of heaven. We have to learn how to forgive. He's forgiven us. He's forgiven us of so many things. He's kept us and held us, and He's forgiven us of so many things that we've done wrong for Him, and He was quick to forgive. Why can't we be the same? Why can't we be the same to forgive others? The Bible tells a story about the man who came before the king, who was brought before the king, and said, you owe me this amount of money. $10,000, let's just say. You owe me $10,000. Pay me what you owe me. And the man looks at him and says, King, I can't do that. I don't have that kind of money. Then you should be thrown into prison. You're going to be thrown into prison until you pay me back. Well, but sir, please have mercy on me. I have a family. I need to feed my family. I can't. And the king looks at him and says, you know what? Fine. I'll forgive your debt. So the man goes, oh, thank you, king, thank you, king. And he's bowing out, and backing out of the palace. And then he goes to a kinsman. He goes to a friend. He goes, you owe me $5. Where's my money? And he's like, man, dude, I don't have it yet, man. Things have been kind of tight around the house. I had the washing machine broke down on me. I had to pay to get the washing machine fixed. The kid was sick. I had to take her to the doctor. I'm sorry, I'll get your money. And then the man looks at him and says, no. And he grabs a guard and says, guard, throw this man in jail until he pays me what he owes me. And the man, dude, please forgive me, man. $5. I'll have your money. Please just let me. And the man had no mercy on him, and he threw him in prison. And the word went to the king of what happened. And the king looked at the man, brought the man back before him, and said, hey, dude, seriously, I just forgave you $10,000. $10,000. And you turn around and you can't forgive your own brother, your friend, $5? And he said, you know what, fine, now you're going to prison. And he ends up throwing the man in prison until he could pay him what he owed. $5. He forgave such a huge debt, and yet he couldn't turn around and pay it forward to a friend for $5. When God has forgiven us of so many things, God has forgiven us of so great a debt that we can never repay. We can never repay the debt that we owe God. We can never give Him what belongs to Him, and yet He's forgiven us. Why can't we do the same? Why is it so hard for us to do the same for others? When I think about what God has done for me, when I think about all the things that He's forgiven me of, I think I should be able to forgive others. But not only that, why is it so hard for us to forgive ourselves? We know what we've done. We've messed up so many times. And we know that we've messed up. But if a God who is all-powerful, all-knowing, who doesn't have to forgive us, who doesn't have to make things, help us be right, if a just God can forgive us, why is it so hard for us to forgive ourselves? I know it's hard to forget the past. I know it's hard for us to forget what we've done. But another thing that I've thought about is, if we as parents, I know there's a lot of parents out there. I haven't gotten to experience that joy yet, but I do hope to. How many times have you ever, as a parent, if your child is learning to be potty trained and they've made a mess, they've had an accident, didn't get to the bathroom in time, and they had an accident in their pants, what do you do as a parent? Do you throw them away? Say, oh, well, I knew you couldn't do it, then you should. I know you shouldn't have done it. I know you're just worthless. And you toss them aside. Not only that, but 3, 4, 5 years down the road, you still hold that against them. Say, I remember that time that you couldn't make it to the bathroom and you had an accident in your pants. That's ridiculous. You wouldn't do that as a parent. And the Bible says, with us being evil, we know how to give good gifts to our children. We don't hold those things against our children. We're not going to hold gifts away from our children because they had an accident, because they might have messed up. We're not going to withhold those gifts. We're not going to hold that against them 3 years down the road. At least we shouldn't. But with us being evil, knowing how to give good gifts to our children, how much more God, being perfect, full of love, full of grace, full of mercy, how much more would He give us good gifts? We're His children. We belong to Him. He's forgiven us. He's going to give us good gifts because we are His children and He loves us. He has forgiven us. Forgive yourself. Let go. Let go of the past. Let go of what you've done in your past. You've asked God to forgive you. You've asked God for His mercy. You've asked God for His help. Let it go. Let God cover you in His mercy. Cover you in His blood. He's forgiven you. So forgive yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it's helped somebody. And if you like what you've seen, please share it with somebody else and pass the word along. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day. And God bless.